Make sure we put it in neutral. Oh man, this ain't automatic. No, let's crank her up. Oh, hey there, friends and family. So glad to see you again this morning. I wasn't expecting y'all, but hey, since you're here, and as you can see, we're in the accent this morning. Yes, we surely are. Because we got to go to town, run some errands, you know, those things we all got to do, the basics of life. But if you'd like to come along and ride along with us, pile on in. There's plenty of room. I'm sure at least we can get 5,000-6,000 in here if you really try. You know, and we need to be doing that. Help old Mr. Tom and the kitty crew out. So yeah, grab your snacks, bottled water, cold drinks or energy drinks. Climb on in, there's plenty of room. Plus, there's always the rumble seats in the trunk. Okay, it looks like all of y'all are buckled in, you know. Some of you are sitting on each other's laps, but hey, no picking, okay? We got to make the best of it. It's a wonderful day. Nice blue skies. Ooh, it's not too hot yet, but we don't care. We got air now. Yep, Blackie. Yeah, she's pouting a little bit. You know, we're going to have to show her some love tomorrow. Have to take her out for a little spin. You know, we just can't be neglecting Blackie. And that. Goldie, the other S10, could care less. But Blackie, she got a soft heart. But yeah, we just need to go across the river. You know, because other than having a couple of convenience stores, a barbecue place, and superfoods, that's all we got on this side, unless I want to drive all the way to Nagasoga or, you know, Auburn. Yeah, which I don't. So we ain't got much on this side. And I was just thinking, you know, I'm trying to keep up sort of a daily thing, let y'all know what's going on in my life, for those of you who care. You know, my family, some friends, my grandkids, my kids. Hey, you never know. This old man may live long enough to have great grandkids. At least that's my plan. And it should be all of ours plan, really. Excuse me. Had a little frog in my throat. But look at those skies. They're so blue, they'll almost hurt your eyes. Yes, they will. It is a wonderful day to be alive. Whether you're in the deep south of Alabama or wherever in this big wide world you are. It's always better to be above ground than below. And of course, they're working on the bridge. That's a never-ending thing. As you can see, our gas, 317.9. Well, that's, yeah. Here again, we just need to lose the 0.9. Just say 318. Wouldn't that just make life more simpler? Because in all essence, I think it is. Maybe we'll hit the bridge just right. You never know. Sometimes I hit it, we scoot right across. Other times, we're sitting there a while, which makes the fact that the accent, you know, Alice, yep, I'm believing that's her name. You got to go with how you feel, you know. You got to let those vibes sink in. And from the very start, that's what's been sinking in. And I don't think she'd make her name up on purpose. But we still got some flowers blooming, some dahlias and other such stuff. It's getting pretty hot in the afternoons now, though. I think yesterday was up to, well, depending on what climate station, it was anywhere from 87 to 89. Well, it looks like we just might make it. It's a green light. Hang on. Still green. Still green. Here we go. We made it. Now that is good fortune. It looks like today is starting off just marvelous. And I know it is. We got a fine little car. It's all nice and cool and comfy. Got all of y'all along, my friends and family. Yeah, the weather is wonderful. Now it has been, now since we haven't had rain every other day for, week after week after month, there's all this here hyping out about, oh yeah, now we're in a drought. The news, whether it's mainstream, social media, or what have you anymore, they go from one extreme to the next. Of course they got to keep everybody interested. People love that stuff. They don't love a little old man that's just going around trying to live his life. I don't draw the crowds. All that there speculation and disaster and extremism and all that does. And I'm good with that anymore, because I've let all that go. Just gonna live life as it comes. Well, they're saying the high school will be ready for all ready and done in August. I don't know, they better, kick it up a notch. Yep, still got a ways to go. But our first stop is right here at CVS. Yep, it is. Yeah, it's that time of the month. You got to come by and pick up your meds so you can live, another month longer. And I think we all here on this channel, in the community, this is something we do all the time. Sadly but true. And if you live long enough, it's going to happen to you. We're going to take the drive-in. I think they're open. I didn't even check what time it was.
How can I help you?
Yes, I'm here to pick up my prescription. They've gone to get it. It won't take but a minute. These fine people here at CVS. Very helpful. Can't say enough good about it.
You have a good one.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Appreciate y'all. So there we have it. Didn't take but a few minutes, and they got us all fixed up. Now we got enough blood pressure medicine to go another 90 days of life. Whew. Life's good. Yeah, at one point in time, I didn't have to have that stuff. But woke up one day, went to the doctors, and boom, I had high blood pressure. Yep, I guess that's just the way it happens. It didn't even sneak up on me. It just walked me over the head one morning. Something's causing me to have some sniffles and a little bit of congestion. Now, I've been hearing that allergies are really tough right now. I know my son's been all messed up with them. Well, our next stop is going to be up here. We got to pick up something or see if they got something for Alice. Yep, she's missing the hood retainer clip, that keeps your hood support. When you open the hood, there's this little rod that holds your hood up. And she's got the rod, but she hasn't got the little clip that when you're ready to, close the hood, you clip the support in. The rod that holds it up. So we're going to go up here to Advance first, because I like Advance. I used to do a lot of business with them when I owned an automotive shop right here in Tallassee. It was called Oil Can Alley. Yep. People loved it. Did a fine business, but I had to close it. Just couldn't find people to work. you know, qualified, experienced people. And I had a corporate job. That was sort of my side gig. And it sort of got too much for just me and my son and my daughter. And even though it made good money, you can't do everything. So I had to let her go. But I did. I did business up here in Vance, commercially, AutoZone, and at the time we had a CarQuest. But CarQuest is gone now. We had a Napa too, they gone too. Yep, here we go. Vance Auto Parts. Maybe they'll have what we need. Now I could order it, you know, online. Surely I could. But I was looking into that, and they come with, like, you know, 10 to a bag, 20 to a bag. I don't need any of that. I just need one. So I'm hoping they have something here, you know, sort of universal. Let's go in and see. Well, they didn't have what I needed. Of course, I didn't have a lot of faith that they would have, because it's just a little plastic clip. Yeah, and there's, you know, every car maker, every model seems to have a different one. You know, that would be something they could make universal, you know. Save a whole lot of money. Yeah, of course, they'd all have to get together too, wouldn't they? So now we're going to ramble over to AutoZone. Of course, we're going to sort of take the roundabout way. And the reason we're going to take the roundabout way is not to sightsee. It's just so we won't get run slap over by trying to cross, you know, 4 lanes of traffic. Because the speed limit there on Gilmer is supposed to be 35. Of course, nobody pays no heed to that. And I done been hit and hospitalized once on this here 4 lane. I'd rather not relive it anytime soon. Of course, that was a long time ago. I think that was back in 05. Once again, I'd spend quality time up at the community hospital. So we'll try to ease up on community hospital and not visit them for a while, if y'all don't mind. Ooh, and I don't like coming to a stop on this either, because that's how I got rear-ended last time. Came to a full stop. Person behind me wasn't paying no attention. Of course, they was way behind me. And they were on their cell phone, imagine that. And they just went ahead and ran right slap into the back of Mr. Tom. So now, we'll try AutoZone. And if they don't have it, which I doubt they will, but we're trying, we'll just go to that online and we'll get it there. Well, as you might have guessed, they didn't have it here either, but they were very helpful inside. The gentleman took me over to where it might have been. They had all kinds of other clips, but they didn't have a hood rod clip, retainer clip. And I really didn't think either of these places would have them. Not discouraging on them. It's a specialty item, like I say. But you never know. Somebody might have made a universal fit. In my mind, you can make some money doing that. Yeah. But like all of y'all know, we don't make much in America anymore. We make a bunch of stuff that we can live without. You know, nicky-nacky stuff, sports stuff, all kinds of stuff like that. Substantial stuff, we don't much make no more. In fact, look at here. I'm driving a South Korean car. And did you know that Toyota, Hyundai, and Honda are all now made in the U.S. for the U.S. market. Yeah, well, North American market. They surely are. Of course, they also have plants in Mexico. Yep, they do. Well, now, since we're out here, Alice, she sort of wanted to get spruced up some. Said she was looking a little, ratty, dusty, dirty. Her makeup girl, or detail girl, has been off. So she said she wanted to come over here to the Goo-Goo. Yeah, so why not? We're here in town. It ain't like we got a whole lot else we're going to do at 10:30 in the day, because it's starting to get warm. And I don't even know how this works anymore. This looks like the exit. Yep, come in wrong again. So I don't even know how we're going to get out of here. But we're going to give it a try. Without hurting anything, Can't believe I did this again, but I did. I think this is the second time I've come in the wrong place, because you just cannot figure this out. Either I'm getting old, or this is just too difficult anymore. And I don't know why this guy did all this. I mean, by the looks of it, I don't think any of it's open anymore. It says always open. But I'll be darned if I can see. We're going to cheat here. And we're going to head back around this way and see. And as you can see right here, there's the store, closed. So our only car wash that we have left in Tallassee, Alabama, is now closed. Yep, and there's a lot of reasons for it that I won't get into, like vandalism, theft, yep, fighting. Yep, it's got a history to it. And I guess, the owner just gave up. That's sad. Another thing in our town, closed. That, when you think about it, and you go around and count, there's more closed businesses than there's open. Yep. Like many small towns, we're dying. We're not thriving. Just hanging on by our fingernails. But there's not another place where we can go and just get a quick car wash. Nope. Oh, well, there is one more. We can give it a try. It's down at Sunoco. And I ain't been down there forever, so I don't even know if it works anymore. But we're gonna go see. Hey, we ain't got nothing else to do we? Once we can get out here. Woo, hang on. I mean, something as simple as a car wash, and people can't treat it with respect, and that is the biggest issue why the Goo-Goo's now closed. There was another one. I had a good friend that owned it. It wasn't a Goo-Goo. In fact, it was one of two car washes we had back in the day, and it just got to be vandalism, fighting, garbage all over the place, and he had to throw in the towel. Back behind here is another one. And you know what? Look at there. It's closed too. Yep. So, no more car washes anywhere in town. Sad but true. So I guess this video is more about what's vanishing in the small towns that try to struggle and survive and fight to thrive. Yep, don't look like we're doing much on the thriving forefront anymore. No, it ain't. Whew, I can't believe it. No more car washes. Guess I just have to do like in the old days and do it myself. Well, I will save money. I'll have to get up early one morning while it's still in, you know, the 70s and spruce up Alice here. Her interior is pretty darn clean. But like I say, I mean, it's not that her outside's real filthy. She just wanted to, you know how women are. They want to look their finest, especially when they're on camera, right? You know how them actresses are. You know, with me, I don't care. You'll see me as I am, scraggly or not. Yeah, I might not have shaved in 3 or 4 days, sometimes in a week or two, as you can all attest. But that's my provocative. Whew. Yep. It's nice to be cool. And for a few pennies, you can just go out and ride and let your cares melt away. Yep. But it's like any day, we came across something new that we didn't know. Nobody alerted us to. That indeed, both of our remaining car washes are no longer. I would really like to, know the true reason. I believe I know, based on what I've heard. But you know about what you hear. You know how things are. You hear them, third party, second party, third party, what have you. You never know if that's the actual truth or not. You just know that's what they say. I almost bought that house right there on the right one time. Yep. Then I changed my mind. Didn't want to spend the money. Ooh, ooh. Well, I guess we'll just wander on back home. And see what's up. It wasn't like I had a whole lot to do. I wanted to get my blood pressure medicine. Hey, they're flushing out the water system. Yep. Trying to keep everything fresh, not let it stagnate. That's a good thing. I'll say one thing about our water department. They not only work here in our little small town, they live here, they got families here, and they do their best to keep our water system in good working order and the water the highest of quality. I read the water report every time it comes out, and I know how to read it. So, it always looks good. It's always within the standard. And you know what? For all of you that won't drink your water from the tap, You know, there's no such standards for bottled water. No. Which most of it, by the way, if you do your own research, you'll find comes from municipal systems. Yes, indeed. Yeah, they run through some type of filter, or maybe not. Some don't even say. So who's to think what? I don't know. We're coming down to the lake here, where we're going to cross over Graveyard Creek. Woo, look at that water. Looking fine. Man, it's as flat as a tabletop. One morning here, and I thought about it this morning, getting up early and go wet a line. I thought about it. And then it slipped my mind. And when I looked, it was already too late. Temperature's rising. You know them fish, you know, they like to get up early and get their breakfast. Yes, they do. Woo! I wonder if we'll get caught here at the traffic light and can't get across to the bridge. You know, because people, they don't use good sense. They'll back up through the intersection even though it says don't. So maybe what we'll do is we'll try to fool them, okay? We'll go this way. And we'll come around. And make them stop at the traffic light. Yeah, that'll irritate them. There's some nice older homes that go all the way back before the Civil War. In fact, this was the first, I guess you would say, neighborhood in Tallassee. Well, more affluent neighborhood for the times. And we're talking the early 19th century. That worked out slick. You see, you got to plan your route, because they will back up through this intersection even though there's signs up telling them don't do it. It says do not block intersection, but they will, because I've sat here as they have. You know, people, that all gets back to people who ain't got respect no more. And then when they don't get respect, they get all tore up about it. I mean, like, most people don't even respect the speed laws. But then again, other laws, they get all tore up about being broken. The way I look at it, if you'll break one, you'll break another when it suits you. Yes, you will. But looks like we didn't get lucky this time getting back across the river. Nope. We got caught. But, I mean, we can just sit here and look out upon the lake. Fine dam there. Providing power for our city. That's Thurlow Dam. Y'all should look it up. It's been there a long time. I think it was built and completed sometime in the early 20s. That's 1920s. You know, it's just like this bridge. Completed in the, what, 1940? I hope they fix her up where it's okay. This is my lifeline to the city. I'd still be able to get here, but it'd take about 40 minutes longer. It wouldn't be no 3 to 5 minutes anymore. Nope. Now they said they were doing more than painting it. They were going to do necessary structural repairs. I don't know about that. I've been meaning to go underneath it and see if I could see what work they were doing. You know? I still got to get me some tags, but courthouse was closed yesterday. Well, the state part was, because it was a state holiday, one that I forgot about. Yep, it was Jefferson Davis's birthday. Yeah. What? He was president of the Confederacy, if I remember correctly. And that's still a state holiday for Alabama. I think Alabama's the only state left that has it as a holiday. But it is what it is. I don't recognize it either way. I wouldn't even know. In fact, businesses pretty much don't either. Everything was open, the factories were open, and all the businesses were open. The only things that were closed, city offices were open, state offices were closed. I guess it's nice for the state workers. They get a 3-day weekend with pay, where all the rest of the world was having to work just to pay for it. That's how government is, right? Everybody's got to work to pay for it. The fewer that work, the higher we all got to pay. Sort of kind of need to get everybody back working, would be my idea. More people work, then they can lower taxes if they want to. Of course, I'm not sure they would. But I'm just rambling as we're driving back home. Because that's pretty much all I had to do this morning. Well, stay out of Walmart, stay out of Superfoods, General Dollar, Dollar Tree. You see, you go in those places when you don't need to, you will spend money. That's just a fact. So, how do I keep from spending money? I don't go to places I really don't need to go to. We'll go up through this way by our senior center and community center. I'm not sure what's going on in there. Now that I'm a senior, I must admit I've never been in it since I've been a senior. I was in it before I was a senior, but that's sort of funny. Now that I'm a senior, I don't go to the senior center. I wonder why. Ooh, that place burnt slap down. That's been a few months back. Probably more than a few months. I want you to look right across the street right there. See right there? Look at that man's garden. Man, he got a fine garden. Look at that. Look at that corn all tasseled. I can see some tomatoes, potatoes, squash. Woo. I may have to come up here and check him out. Maybe get me a gardening buddy. Because ain't nobody else in the neighborhood gardening. I done drove around and checked. So maybe now I'd have somebody to garden with. Well, other than all of y'all. Yeah, and if you look over there in the distance, you can see what's left of the old oak. Yeah, it's got one of its main branches still way up in the sky. Yep. But we're back. I see Spooky. He's laying in the shade underneath the oaks on the north side. Of course, I know why he does that. He's after the birds. Well, as they say, home again, jiggly jig, or something like that. But there's plenty to do here. Just got to change the clothes and get her done. So let's all jump out before we call this done. Well, friends and family, there you have it. Just a quick trip into town. Now, the primary purpose wasn't to look for those clips as much as Alice wanted to go to the Goo-Goo. And as y'all saw, the Goo-Goo's gone. Well, it's still there, but it's closed for whatever reason. But like I say, from what I've heard, it was just, you know, the trash, vandalism, fighting, theft. Finally, this caused it to close. That was the reason for putting all those barriers in the first place, was to cut down on people hanging out there, not using the car wash or the car wash stall, just parking, loud music, drinking, drugs, fighting, yeah. So the owner put in all the barriers and made it where it was just one way in, one way out, and not very many places to park. You use the stalls or the automatic car wash. You got your business done and got on out of there. But I guess even that didn't work. So now, as you saw, I went to the little one behind the Sunoco, and it's gone too. And the other two that we used to have in town when I first moved here back in '95, they've been gone. We had one on this side of the river and one over on the other side next to that Shell station there at the 5 Points, you know, right across from CVS, diagonally across. It was owned by Bobby Bowles, and he's a local attorney, good man, good friend. So I guess we're car washless. We're just back to doing it the old-fashioned way, which in all truth is the way I normally do it most times. And we'll be pulling her under the old shade tree here where we're standing now. And we'll get her done one day too. Maybe y'all stop by and give the old man a hand. I'm hoping so. But until then, you know, we got other things to do, more pressing things. So until the kitty crew, you know them all, Spooky, Speedy, Cleo, old Mr. Gray, and sometimes Heathcliff too, and then of course the little Princess Gracie, which will be waiting right inside. See you on that next video. Y'all take care. Stay safe. And God bless you as you bless those in your life. Goodbye for now. Well, get changed into work duds. There's things to do here. Later all.